Hi, it's Sam here. Sorry about the delay. I've just been having a bit of troubles recently. Something doesn't seem quite right, but I'm sure we're all okay now. Hey, what? Hang on. What's going on?
Too right, something's going on. This is a channel raid. I'm taking over. Had some complaints about the sound quality. I worked out what it really is. It's Sam. He's just too nice. I'm here to fix that. What we're going to do is tonight, we're going to have a look at some serious stuff. We're going to get into a base raid. We're going to look at how to actually do a base raid and see what happens when we do it. It's gonna be cool. Teammates, their names have been redacted for security reasons. First thing you do is you knock on the door, you send a ship against their base just to see if anybody's home. Bang! What happens? If they haven't been attacked for a while, their shield will pop up. This is an auto shield. If somebody's home, they've got a chance to put up a real shield. If they're not home, they're in trouble soon. When you scan with the shields up, you can't look at much, but you can see that they've still got some ships on the deck. They're not going to last long. So next, we're going to sort of see you wait for a few minutes, then the shields will hopefully drop, and then you just go for it. Here we've got a level 19 attacking. He blew himself up. That happens in war, but if you look and do a scan, one of the defensive ships was taken out as well. That's not a bad result. So here comes another one. This is an 11k Tala. Well, it's not really strong enough. It throws itself at it. It has a good go, but it died. And when you scan, there's almost no difference in the shields or the Tala that's on the deck. You really need to overpower them and dominate. Here comes a 17k Tala. It's a bit stronger. Let's see what it does. It's turning around, but no, it decided to wait because something better is coming in. Here comes my jelly. My jelly's around 33k. It's going to do some serious damage. The base is around 40k, so let's see what happens here. I attack and I die too. But if you go off and check the results, what you'll see is, oh, that's right, there's another 40k jelly. We had a bit of help. So he came in and he just popped it straight through. His ships are both gone. There's no, the bottom line, there's two lines on the base. The top line is the shields, the bottom line is the hull. So the hull's gone. So now what you have to do is any attacking ship just has to get through that shield and it can start stealing cargo. So I'm sending in an Envoy. It's got a bigger cargo bay. It can steal more in one hit. My Envoy, it's I actually sent in the Magelli again there. It's this time it actually did a bit of damage. It's got a full cargo, those three little dots, and off it goes. But the Envoy can collect more, but only if it's strong enough to get through those shields. So you sit on the when you actually get through, you're sitting on the thing on the base, and then you head off when you've done. So envoys are useful, but you really got to up level them to tier them up to get them strong enough to get through those shields. Because even if the hull's gone, you still got to get through the shields. Now, there's nothing like doing a base raid with some friends, and they're sending in some ships as well. Let's see how he goes. Yep, he's got a load, and off he goes as well. It's sort of like a picnic with a campfire. Things are burning. So now, 33k jelly, it's a pretty easy win against that station because of the shields. So, one of the mates, he decides he's going to relocate his base there. Saves on the travel time, because you can only load up so much at once. If your miner can't load it up, well, what are you going to do? You're going to make multiple trips. So a 17k Envoy, it did a pretty good job with 28k hull, 28k defenses. Now, if you look, it just barely survived, but I got a full load. And it just seems to be, with no hull left, your attacker needs to be about half the base strength, roughly. And that's because it's usually about half shields, half base. So here we got a 17k Envoy. And, yeah, he can get through. So the base, you can see this other guy, he's just going up and down. He's just harvesting them. And you got to get through all of their what they've got. If they've got lots of Parsteel, you often got to collect all that Parsteel before you get into the good stuff, the titanium and, yeah, that dilithium. We all need that dilly. So the question is, when do you stop attacking? Well, you can scan it, but sometimes it doesn't seem that reliable. So keep an eye on your inbox to have a look at the trip, the battle report, to see how much you really got on that trip. And when it starts to get low, yeah, probably going to lose more money on repairs than you're getting out of it. Well, yeah, as I said, you don't trust the scans, because the scan seems to be a bit delayed when I was doing it. And it indicated there was lots there, but when I actually hit them, I got almost nothing. So you just need to be a little bit careful there. But here's some more friends. It's always a good thing to have some friends with you, isn't it? Just when you're ravaging and pillaging that base, crushing it into submission. It just feels good. There's even more guys coming. Well, why would you attack a base? That poor innocent base, what did it do to you? Well, it's got resources, and you need resources, especially dilly, and it's often the fastest way. But just remember, if you only got something like a 12k Tala with about a 30k base, you're just throwing yourself off a cliff. He just died. He got nothing. So the rule of thumb for me seems to be you need about half the base defense once the hull's gone. So you throw your big ships at it, smash that hull, and then you can go harvesting it with your smaller ships. But they still need to be reasonably up there. So if you got an Envoy, level it up. You're going to need it. So there you have it. That was a base raid. Hopefully you got something out of that. You can learn how to do it. There's nothing like learning how to do a base raid than actually giving it a go. You're going to lose some ships. You got to expect that. That's why you're going to make sure you're going to make a profit. You don't just go attacking anything. Well, I guess you could, just for the fun of it. But normally you make sure you're going to get a profit, because you got to pay for lots of repairs. And so you got to scout around to find good ones to attack. Level 15s, they're usually juicy. They don't have enough defenses yet. They haven't really quite got on things. And if they've bought something from the store, eureka! But that's the end of this one. You want to learn a bit more about how to, say, defend your base against an attack? Then subscribe, you scurvy scum. I'm going to talk about that another time.